Hello guys, let us discuss about Pandas apply method. So what it does is it passes a function to a Pandas series and it starts treating every single element of the series. So we will understand this by an example. So let us open an Excel sheet and we will take a simple example to understand the functionality of this apply method. So let us assume that we have a data frame and this data frame has got two columns, column 1 and column 2. Column 1 has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and column 2 has got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So what we will do is we will only consider this column and we want to increase this column by 10%. So what we will do, see here, we will write df column 1. This means that this data frame may have any number of columns, but we are interested to apply the method only to this particular column. So that we have done. Now we will write dot apply. Okay, this is the syntax. Dot apply. Then we have written lambda x. So what is lambda x? Lambda is an unnamed function and x is parameter. So what is happening here? This element, this is called series, right? This is what is called series. So first element of the series will be passed on to x and the execution part is what? X multiplied by 1.1. When I'm writing this, basically I'm incrementing this value by 10%. So this once this function is applied to this will become 1.1, right? Now same thing, this will be applied to second element. This becomes 2.2. Then it will be applied to this become 3.3 and then again it will be applied to this become 4.4. So this will keep on going till it gets the last element, right? So here it is 5.5. So this is a series which is ready once we have applied this apply method to this particular column. So this series is ready. Now we can do whatever we want to do with this series, right? This series is ready. So either we can use this series to append to this particular data frame. So what will happen? Suppose, let me keep this aside. Suppose I write a command like this at the end of this operation. If once my series is ready, I will take, maybe I can, see, we will not write this 5 times. We will write only once. I have explained how it is taking element by element. We will write only once. Then here, when I have written, I can write something like this, right? I can say x is equal to this. So what is this x? X is nothing but this series. Now, once that is done, we can always say df column 3 is equal to x. Once I say this, and if I look at my data frame will look like this. This is how it will look. Now column 3 name I have given. So it will be column 3. So this is how my data frame will become. Alternatively, we could have even written like this: df column 1 x, in which case this modified set of data will get written here. So in this case, we are not writing here, right? We are overwriting the existing column 1 after having modified the values. So I mean, it all depends on what exactly we want to do. So we can overwrite the existing column, or we can append these series that we generated like this, or we can use this series for some other purpose. Any of these things we can do depending on what is the requirement. So let us implement this concept to any of the data frames that we have in our notebook. So let us go to notebook now. Okay, so this is our Jupyter notebook. We are importing pandas, numpy, seaborn. And from seaborn, we are importing one data set by the name tips. So how it looks? So this is how a tips data set looks. So you have first column as total bill, then you have tip, then gender over here, smoker, day, time, and size. Okay, so what we will do is, this is the database we are going to use to implement our understanding of apply method. So see what we are doing. Just now we discussed, right? 1.1 is nothing but incrementing by 10% any given numeric column. So what we let us pretend that this total bill, when this total bill was generated, the person in charge forgot to levy 10% tax. So all these amounts are without tax. So let us pretend that we have to correct this total bill now. So what we will do? If we write like this, what happens? Every single element, this lambda function is going to apply itself on. And 16.99, if we increment it by 10%, it becomes 18.689. So every single element from this column will be taken and this method will be applied. Just now we saw this in Excel sheet. So first element comes with the value 16.99. It is copied onto X. This is parameter of this unnamed function lambda. X 16.99, and then this is my execution part. So what I'm doing to 16.99, I'm multiplying it by 1.1, nothing but I'm incrementing the value by 10%. So it becomes 18.689. The second element comes 10.34, and it is again incremented by 10%, so on so forth. So till last we go, till the last element. Once the exercise is over, my new series is ready. This series we can save in a variable. Okay, we can call it what? Revised bill underscore 1 or something like that. So this series is ready, correct? So what I will do with this series? I mean, it all depends on what exactly is the requirement. If the requirement is to override this series, override this total bill with this series, we can do that. Or we can append this series to this particular data frame, in which case this column will get appended here. So let us append it rather than overwriting. Okay, we have both the options with us. So I will say revise bill 1. Okay, and then what we will say? Revised bill underscore 1. This variable I am just writing, and here I am just naming it as revised bill 1. So what will happen once I have done that? I have a modified data frame now. The total bill is 16.99, revised bill is 18.689. So this is how apply method is working. But our understanding of data frame says that this can be done in a much simpler way rather than uh, using all this concept. How? Look, it has already been written. Let us discuss them one by one. We could have simply written like this: df total bill multiplied by what? 1.1. Correct? We will get a new series similar to the one we generated. Let us see that how it will be. It will be like this. Correct? It has generated new one. We can save this in a variable and then we can use it to override this total bill, or we can append as a new column, whichever way we want to do. So that is one way of doing this. See, then we could have even written like this. What is this doing? Let me explain. This is using map function. And what it is doing is from df total bill, from this series, it will take one by one element. It will apply to x, and this is execution part. X multiplied by 1.1, increment x by 10%. Okay, map will create an iterator once everything is done. Once each and every element of this series or this column is treated, iterator is ready. We cannot see iterator, right? Iterator is iterator. We can't see that. See, this is what iterator. So how we will see that? We have to write list. We will see list. So this is ready. Correct? Now this can also be either used to override this column, or we can use this to append one more column. So okay. So this is done. So this was second another alternative. Let us see the third way. This is very simple. Df dot total bill. See here, the syntax is little different, right? Within bracket I have written. I can even use dot notation to fetch my total bill column. This bill, this column. So again, I'm saying multiplied one by one. It will also do the same thing. And here, what I'm doing, it is a different way of getting column total bill. How? I'm using lock all rows but only one column, then multiplied by 1.1. This will also increment this bill by 10%. So what I'm doing over here is, having done this using apply method, we are also using all these methods to do. And now we are going to append. So first method was revise bill 1, second will be bill 2, bill 3, bill 4, bill 5. So let me run this and see how our data frame looks. Our data frame looks like this. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can use another method. Okay, let me delete this. We can use one more method. Now this time what we are doing is, we have our own function defined. So rather than calling lambda, see here, with map, I use lambda unnamed function. Here I am using named function which has been created. So whatever lambda is doing, this named function is also doing the same thing. The only difference is I am using user defined rather than unnamed lambda function. So this will also do the same thing. So here I will name it as 6. Okay. Now see data frame. How many methods? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have used 6 different ways of incrementing this column by 10%. Some of the syntaxes will be having subtle differences, right? Not much of a difference will be there between this, and this. Nonetheless, they are different, right? And add text is what? User defined function. And here apply method use lambda function. Okay, good. Okay, so we have used various methods to modify a given column. The column name was total bill. We pretended that there was a mistake while generating these bills. So we included tax and created a revised bill like this. Since we use various methods, we appended all these columns, each column representing a different method. Having achieved it, now see how we can modify rows. We modified a column, right? Now we will see how we can modify a row or rows. So for doing that, let us reinstate our data frame. So this is what I mean. So I'm putting back df to its original shape, right? Okay. Now let us move to applying this apply method to a row. Let us go to Excel sheet to understand how it will work. So here we go. This is the Excel sheet. Now, see, this is our data frame. There are 244 records. Okay. This dot 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 means that it has collapsed because it cannot show all the record by default. It is showing 10 records, and in fact there are 244 records. Fine. So now we will start traversing this data frame row by row. Earlier it was only one column, and one thing we should keep in mind is when we read a column, the reading is first row, second row, third row, fourth row. But when we read a record, the traversal is like first column, second column, third column, fourth column. Hence, look at this command. We are writing axis 1. 1 means column, 0 means row. So what is this 1? Again, there could be confusion that look, column 1 means column and 0 means row. Now that we are going to apply to row, then why we are writing 1, which normally denotes a column. See, it is not the question of what is getting affected. Yes, a row is going to get affected, but how is reading taking place? Reading is first column, second column, third column, fourth column, fifth column, sixth column, seventh column. When we have read all the columns, that will make one record. So basically that axis 1 means how it is being read rather than what is being read. Okay. So we will write 1. So we are going like this. Okay. Let me color this. Like this we will go. So what happens is df apply when we are writing, we are not talking about any row and column. We are writing only df apply and we are saying axis 1. So it will start taking this entire thing. So this entire chunk will be taken, which is colored with yellow. So this chunk will be taken. So put this chunk over here. I have put this chunk here, right? This has been put here, and just see what is going to happen here. I'm saying lambda row. This whole chunk's logical name has been given as row. Okay. Then I'm saying row has been passed, but in the execution part of lambda, I'm saying row 2, which means I am pointing to this 2. What is that? That is nothing but this value female. What is that? The column name is sex. So female is what I'm talking about. And I'm saying, please lower that. So what will happen? This piece will get lowered by this method. So it is written in F is capital over here, right? Here it will be, F will be small letter. So the entire word female becomes lower. Good. Next, this command will go to second row. And look, it goes here again. It has picked up second row. Now it says again same thing. Row is a record. Row within bracket 2 means the third element. Now third element this time is what? Male. I say that please lower that. Now male will become lower. So it will go on like this until it has read all the records. So this particular, at the end of the whole operation, we will get every single field under the column 6 in lower letter. So one series will get created. That series will have every word in lower case. And then we can do whatever we want to do. That is just a series, right? Just see. Let us go to Jupyter Notebook and see what is going to be its impact. Okay. Okay. So what we have seen in Excel sheet is being implemented here in Jupyter Notebook. So what we will see here, same, whatever we discussed Excel sheet, F of female is getting converted into small. So basically the entire word has been converted into small letter. So F was capital, F is small. That is fine. That is the effect. So this is what it is doing. Nothing different. This entire thing was discussed. Let us move on. Here, what we are doing is we are reading a row, and the third field of the row is being compared, whether it is female or not. If it is female, convert into male, and if it is male, convert to female. This is ternary operator. So this is the effect once we have done that. And df upper, what exactly it is doing? This particular thing is very interesting. What it is doing is, if the field of any record is string, convert the entire field into uppercase. So when I run this, the df1 has got all uppercase. Let us see this. See, this is all uppercase. So this variable, with this variable, we will create a data frame. So I'm creating a data frame called df upper, correct? See, df upper is this, a data frame. Now here we are taking df columns and putting in df upper columns. So now my df upper has got columns as well. It was not having columns, right? 0, 1. Now it has got columns. Done. Add numeric fields. What it is doing? It is adding all the numeric fields. What does this mean? Look, this field, and this field. These are three numeric fields. These fields are getting added, and the result is 20 for the first row. And for the second row is what? 15. So 10.34, 1.66, and 3. They are getting added. The result is 15. So on, so forth. Merge fields. Okay, so spelling is not good here. Okay. Merge fields. What merge fields is doing? This function is basically converging each and every field into one field. Look, this is how it is. And if you want to append this as one of the columns to our data frame, we can do that. And what is count character? It is counting each and every character of the data frame. Let us see this. Having done that, let us count. See, here it is saying 27. So here it is 5. And this is 4, 9, 9 and 6, 15, 17, 20, 26, 27. See, 27 it is. And the second record will be 25. So on, so forth. So this is how we can use apply method to apply to any column, one column or multiple columns, or we can apply to one row or multiple rows to do various things as per requirement. I hope you have understood it very well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the upcoming video.